Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is June 12, 2021. I will quickly recap stock market activities for last week and look at trading ideas for next week, major news shaping the market, macro trends, and top and bottom performing stocks, and also what stocks are worth buying next week. We'll look at mid cap, small cap, large cap, and mega cap. So with that, from a major news perspective, there is a inflation worry in most people's mind. Looks like this is where Fed is also thinking through. At this point, right now, there is no inflation worry, but it's looming in our back pocket. So with that, 10-year Treasury falls below 1.5, market rates drop. This is all indicating at this time, the rates are dropping, but Fed is always thinking about the rates and inflation. So we got to really worry about this a little bit. From a general perspective, S&P 500 sets new high, raises for third straight week. So whenever this happens, you got to be a little bit cautious because S&P 500 is always racing to new high. Lawmakers unveil major bipartisan antitrust reforms that could reshape Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Google. So always these big companies are always looked upon as with the antitrust eyes. So we got to be careful about these companies. I think these companies will do great regardless. So not too much to worry about. G7 leaders endorse global minimum corporate tax. I think some of these major companies typically they look at some tax havens offshore that might change as we go forward. And Senate passes a 250 billion bipartisan tech and manufacturing bill aimed at countering China. This is where I think Feds are really thinking through how to make USA more competitive. So I think it's a good one. We'll keep a close watch on that too. So from a market earnings perspective, there are a couple of great earnings. Restoration Hardware or RH stock leaps on earnings and sales outlook. Dave & Buster's shares pop. 66% jump in sales, healthy profit. Signet jumps. Lovesac reports profit. Academy Sports swings to profit. Thor Industries jumps. GameStop sales raise. Chewy sales past Q1 estimates. These are all the great earnings surprises. And on the negative side, we got Campbell's Soup, Fuel Cell, United, Natural Foods. All these stocks came down. I will be looking at some of these stocks carefully and buy slowly as they come down. UPS, I think they did great, but stock fell down regardless. That was a great buying opportunity in UPS. Chewy also stocks pulls back after the earnings. I think it's a good time to buy some. It's a great stock. And Jack Daniels parent Brown Foreman, this stock also drops after the miss. This also could be a good one to buy slowly. So with that, let's jump in. From a major stock news perspective, Vertex Pharma VRTX shares fall as the drug fails, and analysts say it's time to buy. I think they're right. Vertex stock actually, they go up and down drastically. Whenever they fall like this, it's always a good time to buy. CureVac, CVAC stock drops on the worries over the vaccine delay. Also, this is also a good one to buy slowly on this major drop. FDA reportedly faces J&J to scrap about 60 million doses of its COVID vaccine. I think it's a good time to buy J&J on this news. I think J&J will always do great. They got a very good balance sheet. It's one of the great companies. Moderna asks FDA to clear COVID vaccine for adolescents 12 to 17. I think this will do well. It's a great company. I would buy this company on any weakness or stock pullback. One more is two vaccinated Royal Caribbean cruise passengers test positive for COVID-19. So this will get people thinking a little bit. So I would watch Royal Caribbean stock a little bit. It's good to buy on pullback. It's a great company. I think they will do well. Next one is Biogen, their Alzheimer's drug. I think it got approval from FDA. That's a great news. Stock shot up almost $100. I think it's a great stock. I mean, they've been thinking about Alzheimer's and working on it for a long time. It's very good to see Biogen is really did this drug. I think it's a great company. Snowflake, they also provided ambitious goal here of reaching 10 billion in product revenue. I would buy Snowflake on any pullback here and hold it for a long time. Tesla, they launch S model Plaid to fend off Mercedes and Porsche. I think it's a great one. Anytime Tesla pulls back, it's good to buy. And also looks like stock rallied after data showing sales in China rebounded. People are worried about Tesla's China sales. This is a great one. One more is Lost Down Motors, ticker symbol RIDE. They have a substantial doubt about their ability to continue as an ongoing concern. So we got to be worried about this little bit. I think short is so many people really bought this stock after this news. We got to watch this carefully. Fastly, I think they issued an apology for the widespread internet outage, but regardless, stock went up. Chipotle, they're hiking prices to cover the cost of raising wages. Southwest Airlines LUV provides monthly update to reflect improving leisure and passenger traffic fares. I think it's a good one. I think slowly you will see travel and leisure, kind of picking up from here. We should look at some of the great stocks like Southwest and others and add to the position. So with that, let's look at few of these stocks and sectors and see what went up and what went down last week. So with that, retail and consumer cyclical stocks traded up. GameStop, Real, Academy Sports, and so on and so forth. These all did very nicely. Biotech stocks are up nicely with Biogen, ANVS, and so on and so forth. And many of these gene type stocks like Fate, Serapto, I think they're all doing nicely. I think these cycles sometimes these stocks will come down drastically. That's a good time to buy them. Real estate stocks are up nicely. I think we got to watch the real estate. They are becoming a little bit super hot at this time. It's good to be selective as you buy. Technology stocks are up nicely. Pubmatic, ASAN, MDLA, so on and so forth. Utilities are doing nicely. NRG, VST, so on and so forth. Solar stocks are up nicely. And cannabis stocks are also up nicely. Cybersecurity stocks are up. FireEye, Cloudflare, ZS, and so on and so forth. And gene editing stocks are up nicely like Fate, NTLA, ARWR, and so on and so forth. These stocks were left for dead like a month ago. Now they're doing nicely. On the negative side, a few of the 3D printing stocks are down big like MTLS, DM, PYR, VJet X1. So I'm buying these stocks as they're coming down slowly. It's good to buy these stocks when they're down. And few fintech stocks are down like Upstart, COF, Capital One, Ali, and so on and so forth. It's good to buy some of these quality stocks as they're coming down. Especially Upstart is a great startup. I think it started like IPO a couple months ago. I would buy this on this small pullback, add to position slowly. Few software stocks are down like KC. It's a Chinese-based software play. JAMF, Coinbase, and LAZR, Snow, so on and so forth. Even Path, which is a UiPath, it's a new IPO. I would buy some of these stocks on the pullback slowly. Few semiconductor stocks are down, like DQ, TER, AMAT, so on and so forth. I think it's good to buy, especially DQ, TER, and others on this pullback. Beverage stocks are down. Beverage stocks do very nicely sometimes. Sometimes they drop. I would buy companies like Celsius, KDP, Monster on this pullback, and hold it for a while. Few industrial stocks are down, as you can see here. Um, you know, a couple of weeks ago, industrials were doing great. Now there is a sector rotation. Money is rotating out of industrials to technology, as you can see here, and biotech. That's what is going on. I would buy some of these great stocks on this pullback slowly and hold it. Consumer defensive stocks are down. Same story. Money is going out of consumer defensive into growth names. Energy stocks are taking a breather. Energy used to go up, went up nicely last couple months. Now it's taking a breather here. Basic material stocks are down. Talk about gold and copper. Some of these stocks, I would buy slowly on this pullback and build a small position here. So with that, let's go in and look at the macro trend here to see what's going on. From a major indices perspective, ES, which is S&P 500 future, it's almost at 52-week high. So we got to be a little bit careful here. Trade slowly. Don't buy too many stocks at this time. Here it's really at almost 52-week high. We got to be really careful. If you look at Dow Jones Industrial Average, that's trading down here. Many of these big stocks like Caterpillar and the industrials, they're down. That's why it's kind of trending down, as you can see here. Tech-heavy Nasdaq is going up, as you can see here. Money is going out of these industrials and consumer defensive into technology names and biotech. Russell, I think they also had a bad week, as you can see here. They tried to go up a little bit on Friday, but not quite. And if you look at bonds finally they had a nice rally here. Whenever bonds rallies like this, you got to be careful. Bond is doing very nicely here. They had a great week, as you can see here. As bonds are doing great, the interest rate itself is dropping. That's why you saw mortgage rates are down and so on and so forth. And crude oil is doing great, as you can see here. They had a good week. And also gold is trading sideways, a little bit down. That's why some of the good gold names are down at this point. Dollar itself, I think they had a kind of trading range for the week. They had a good Friday here, but mostly trading range. So with that, let's jump in and look at few major stocks here. As you can see here, Microsoft, they did okay. They're up for the week. Apple is kind of struggling here, as you can see here. They had 2 good days and 3 bad days. Amazon, I think Amazon is doing great here, as you can see here. They did nicely. And Facebook is also doing pretty okay, kind of in the trading range, I would think. Google is doing great. Netflix is down after their earnings. They are down. I would buy Netflix slowly here. Below $500, it's always a good buy. I would buy slowly. This Netflix always surprises Wall Street. Nvidia, they're doing great at this time. I would not chase this stock here. I would wait for a small pullback here. J&J, this one is a good one. I would buy J&J on this weakness here. It's a great stock. I would accumulate a small position here and wait for a good, nice bounce back. PayPal is doing great, as you can see here. After the big fall here, now they're trying to pick up here. I would not chase this stock here. I would wait for a small pullback. United Health is having a small pullback here. I would probably start a small position here, but still they're almost close to the 52-week high. It's okay to buy slowly, but don't need to be aggressive here. Merck is great. I think it's good to buy Merck stock. On any pullback, they're at 76, but I would buy this on any pullback. Medtronic is again one of the great plays. Stock is a little bit down here. I would buy Medtronic on this pullback. Also, there are other stocks in this sector like Edward License Life Sciences, Intuitive Surgical. I would look at them too. JP Morgan, I think it's having a little bit tough time here with interest rates falling. Bank stocks, especially, they are kind of worrying a little bit. But I would buy, JP Morgan on this weakness. Same story, Berkshire Hathaway also I would buy on this weakness because rates can only go so much low. As inflation picks up, Fed has to think about increasing the rates. Visa is doing nicely, and also Home Depot, as you can see here, after doing bad for a while, is trying to pick up. I would buy Home Depot here slowly and accumulate a small position here. So with that, we will look at a quick snapshot of S&P 500 futures and skew, one of the very important indicators everybody should watch, and also VIX. So as you can see, S&P 500 is at a 52-week high. Now I would be very, very careful at this point here, mainly because if you look at the skew here, I have a line up top here, red line, that tells you whenever VIX reaches this red line on top, always, we had a drop, as you can see here. Reached here, drop, reached almost on top, drop, went up, drop, went up. So, as it goes above 150, I'll be very careful. I think we should really be very careful next week. Don't buy major positions. Look at some of these stocks that are fallen off or pulled back and buy them, but don't chase the stocks because right now S&P 500 is so high and skew is also so high. You got to really wait a little bit. It's okay to buy some put options or put spreads above, so that way you have some protection. As you can see here, VIX has done nothing. It's slowly deteriorating or going down. So with that, I would be really careful, buying some large positions and also buying call options. So you got to be very careful here. So with that, if you look at bond here, bond is going up, as you can see here. That's a little bit bad news for stock market. As bond goes up, stock kind of goes down. And TNX, which is interest rate is falling. That's not so great news for bank stocks. And the dollar itself is trading sideways, nothing major here. So we looked at this already. Let's skip over. From a major ETF perspective, retail with the XRT, they've done nicely for the week. This kind of talks about last week's performance, 5-day. The one at the top here, XRT, did nicely for last 5 days, and so on and so forth. And even XLV, which is healthcare, they've done nicely for last 5 days. XLRE, real estate, same story. So you can quickly look through here. I would, if you're not a stock trader, you want to buy something for long term, look for say 1 year and 5 year, especially the ETF that have done nicely for last 5 to 10 years. You should really look at those. For example, you could buy XRT that have done nicely for last 5 and 10 years, 335%, and very low expense ratio. And same story with XLVs. It's done great and very low expense ratio. So I would do same thing, IWM, QQQ, XLK, XLY, so on and so forth. You could buy these, and hold for a long time. They would do very, very well. So with that, from an ETF winner perspective, as you can see here, human genome stocks have done nicely with that ARC, which is Cathy Wood's company, ARK Genomic Revolution. ETF has done nicely. And some of these dry bulk shipping have also done nicely. XBI, which is biotech, has done nicely. And also ARK Innovation. Many of these cloud software names, they've done nicely. IBB, which is again Nasdaq Biotech, it's done nicely. And cloud stocks have done nicely. By looking at this, you can see technology is back. the high growth stocks are back now. So that's why you see many of these ETFs doing nicely. On the loser perspective, the Bitcoin and crypto, it's kind of lost of late. Ethereum, which used to go up almost every day, now it's dropped 15% in 5 days, and 1 month 38%. It's a huge drop here. I would buy some of these good stocks, especially stocks like Silvergate, ticker symbol SI, and even Marathon Digital, MARA, and also stocks like even Bit Digital is also good, BTBT. I would buy some of these stocks at this drop and hold it for a while. And as you look here, ITB, housing also cooled off a little bit. Regional banks have cooled off, and even KBE. It's again banks. Financials are a little bit coming down, mainly because interest rates are coming down. That's why financials are not doing great. Materials are also down. And China, as you can see here, China is down. Looks like Chinese government is cracking down on these big internet stocks. From a small cap winner perspective, as you can see here, some of these companies have done great. As you can see here, we got 1 week here. I'll quickly change the color. These are all green. They've done nicely, for last week. So with that, as you can see here, many of these stocks have done nicely. Next, again, this stock, $4 stock, has done 75% in 1 week. Urban One, same story, 57%. The way this chart is organized is I got ticker symbol, company, the price, market cap, sales, and sales growth. It's very important to me. I want to make sure it's a good sales growth, and gross margin, net margin, very important again. Debt to equity ratio tells you if the company is over leveraged and has taken a lot of debt. So we want to see low debt to equity ratio, ratios like 4.3 or even 1.4. Above 1 is always a red flag. You got to be a little bit careful here. And then I got performance itself 1 day all the way to 5 year, and how much the stock is off from 52-week high. That's also very important. And we got to look at RSI. RSI is one of my favorite indicators. If RSI is above 50, in this case 71 or even 70, I would not buy at the time. I would want to wait for a pullback and then buy. On the contrary, the RSI down, for example, 52 here with the NCTY, it's okay. Still I would not buy on a 47% pop for the week. I would wait for a pullback, and also price to sales ratio tells it's very expensive from a valuation perspective. So with that, in this, we got great stocks. I would not buy, at this time because they're all high for the week. But one thing I would kind of recommend to buy is CCXI here, chemocentric stock has fell off, as you can see here, drastically. I would buy this slowly and hold for a while. So with that, let's go to small cap losers. I always pay very close attention to the losers because they will become the winners if we pick them right. So as an example here, Curious, ticker symbol Chris, $8 stock. They've done 371% for 1 year, and stock has fallen off for 6 months, 3 months, 1 month, and even 2 week and 1 week. I would, start picking this stock slowly and accumulate a nice position. Especially, it's got a heavy short ratio here. Valuation also expensive, but I would buy this slowly. RSI indicates it's oversold at this point. It's 44, which is below 50. I would accumulate this stock, because I think it's okay company. They've got good 5 year sales growth here. They got $10 million in sales. And same story with the APTO. As you can see here, they've done really bad for 1 year, 6 month, all the way to 2 weeks. So some of these stocks you got to be careful. You have to be a little bit you got to be a little bit what do you say, you got to buy this against the natural tendencies, because as you can see here, there is nothing to concretely tell you it's a great stock, because no sales is zero, there is no sales growth, there is no gross margin. That's why some of these stocks you just buy slowly and hold the position, and hold it for a while. And next three here, Ocugen, Canaan, GOGO. First one, Ocugen, as you can see here, zero. There is no sales here, and very high negative net margin. And stock has done badly for last 3 month, 1 month, 2 week, and 1 week. I would buy this stock. It's one of those favorite meme stocks. Right now, it's got a high short ratio, as you can see here. I would buy this stock slowly and hold for a while. And this stock has done great for one year, 2,154%, and even for 6 weeks. I would slowly buy this stock and hold it for a while. You can expect a short squeeze as people start buying this stock. Canaan, it's again a cryptocurrency play here. They do some of these machines. As you can see, a stock has fallen off like 3 month, 1 month. I think last 2 weeks it's gone up a little bit. 1 week it's down. One day it's down. This stock is a little bit tethered towards Bitcoin. I would accumulate slowly. Don't buy too much. Accumulate slowly. And as Bitcoin turns around, this company can do well. GOGO is another stock here. As you can see, they got positive quarter over quarter sales growth here. A nice gross margin. I love that. And as you can see, your stock has fallen off 15% in 2 weeks and 19% in 1 week. I would buy this stock on this weakness and hold it for a while. They also have a heavy short ratio here. You can expect a short squeeze. Next, we got United Natural Foods here. They have dropped a lot after the quarterly earnings. They tried to make a small bounce back here. I would buy the stock slowly, and you can expect a nice bounce back. They also have a heavy short ratio, as you can see here. Um, then we got a couple more here: VTNR, RFP, BTBT, and FSM. So the ones I indicated with the light green background, those are the ones you can try to buy next week. Because they've done really bad for last couple weeks, and they're trying to slowly, make some positive trend here. And also the ones which are bolded here, like United Natural Food, RFP, BTBT, and even FSM, they all have got positive, quarter over quarter sales growth. It's good to buy them slowly on this pullback. Next is mid cap winners. As you can see here, there are some good stocks here, but I would not chase the stocks on this, because they are already they've gone up so much. I would be a little careful chasing these here. I would wait for a little bit pullback. But one way to look at this is really, you can look at how much these stocks are off from 52-week high. As you can see here, Clover is down 48%, and Iovance is down 57%. Then you can look at things like RSI. If the RSI is above 60, I would not touch it. For example, GLBE, I would not touch it at this point because RSI is 88, tells you it's overbought. You'll be paying a high price at this time. But if the RSI is below, say, 55, like maybe Iovance here, and some of the stocks like Wish, I would look at some of those stocks, even 8 by 8 as example. But normally I would not buy because in 1 week they've done so nicely. I would wait for a small pullback and then I will buy them. But if I have to buy, I would look for low RSI and make sure stock is not at 52-week high. They're a little bit off of 52-week high. I would, I would be willing to buy stocks like Acadia Pharmaceutical as an example. As you can see here, RSI went up of late, but this stock is still down. It's a great gene therapy stock. Next, we look at mid-cap weekly losers. These losers are some of my favorite stock picks all the time. They will come back nicely. As an example, Upstart. It's a fintech stock here. They've good sales, 279 million dollars, and as you can see here, they got net profit margin positive. That's good, and low RSI. And as you can see here, they've done badly for 2 week and 1 week and even 1 day. I would slowly pick this up. It's a great stock. They would do nicely. I would pick this up on this pullback here. Then we got a couple more here: Celsius, uh, Daqo Energy, SI, Silvergate. I would buy all these stocks here because as you can see here, they've got nice sales growth. As you can see here, nice gross margin with the exception of Silvergate here, and they also have nice net margin. And as you can see here, they've done a little bit badly for last 2 week, and even in this case, Dactio 1 month, 3 month, all the way to 1 day. I would pick these stocks here. Silvergate is one of my favorite, and even Celsius and Dactio. I always had good luck with them. Whenever they're down, pick some up and hold for a long time. Then we got desktop metals and hymns. Again, I highlighted both of these in green. These are also good one to pick up. As you can see, our stocks have been doing not so great for last 3 months. Then they did okay in 1 month, but in 2 week and 1 week they're down. I would buy slowly and hold a nice position here. Next we got LPX, Champion, Toll Brothers, Taylor Morrison Homes, and AI. I would do the same thing here. I would buy slowly and build a nice position. I love buying AI because it's got a legendary leader here with the Tom Siebel. I think they will do quite nicely. They are down so much for 1 year. I would buy slowly and accumulate a position here too. Next, let's look at large cap weekly winners. As you can see here, in 1 week they've done so nicely. It's great to see even the big large cap stocks moving so nicely. Biogen, as you know, they've got a great Alzheimer drug. That's why stocks shot up nicely in 1 week. And also, as you can see here, a couple other stocks in the biotech area like Novavax, Exact Sciences, they've done nicely. I would not chase here, but if you have to buy something, look for low RSI. For example, Affirm, it's one of my favorite stocks. RSI 55, you could buy some slowly. I would still wait for a pullback here. And as you scan through this here with the RSI 53 here, Ring Central, I think it may be okay to buy slowly. Company did nicely last year with all the COVID shutdowns, but now it's giving some back. And as you scan through this slowly, 53 here, Peloton, I think this one also can do nicely. And I think that's pretty much here. I would typically will not chase the stocks that are doing very, very nicely here. I would wait for a small pullback. Next is large cap weekly losers, one of my favorite categories here. I would look for the ones in green background here: CLVT, Kingsoft, Dish, Caterpillar, and look at they've dropped so badly. And as you see here, 1 month, 2 week, 1 week, they dropped. In case of CLVT, in last 1 day they try to go up a little bit. I would buy this type of stocks. They're showing some turnaround. At the same time, it's got good sales, 1.4 billion, nice sales growth as you can see here. And I think I would buy some at this point. And as you look at this list, same story here. I love these stocks here, even Pinduodu, Vertex Pharmaceuticals, even Caterpillar. I'm warming up to Caterpillar here. As you see, Caterpillar, great American company. They've dropped in last 1 month, 2 week, and 1 week, and even 1 day. I think it's slowly good to buy this stock and add to your position. And we got some more here: Huntington, SB, SW, Campbell, and so on and so forth. Even SCCO, Southern. So I think you could buy some of these stocks slowly on their pullback. Even JD, UiPath, is one of my favorite here. UiPath, it's dropped, a little bit for 1 month and 2 week and even 1 day. I would buy this also slowly. Next, we'll go into mega cap winners. As you can see here, even these mega caps, they've done nicely with the great upswing here. I would look for RSI here. I would not touch stocks like Lilly at this point. I would wait for a pullback. But if you are to buy, look for low RSI. As you scan through this, almost all of them have got high RSI, but Apple as an example, 49. It may be okay to buy Apple slowly. And even Intel, I think they got a new CEO, Pat Gelsinger. He will do nicely. We could buy this also slowly. And Walt Disney as example, low RSI, and Home Depot, same story. So I highlighted few things here: Tesla, Disney, Home Depot. It's good to buy them slowly, but I would wait for a small pullback here and buy slowly. Next is mega cap losers. I always look at this loser list carefully because these losers can turn into winners in no time. So my favorites are really Alibaba, Tencent, Nike, Netflix, J&J, Home Depot. I would buy this slowly, and next week you could buy slowly and accumulate. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe. Thank you.